Hi, everyone. So, we're doing a what you don't see coming reading today. There's a lot of Scorpio energy around us right now. The sun is in Scorpio, the moon is in Scorpio, which is a new moon, by the way, in case you haven't heard. And Mercury is in Scorpio. And when there's so much Scorpio energy around us, it's a very powerful energy in the sense that Scorpio is an energy that like really goes the distance on things. There's a lot of endurance, there's a lot of power, there's a lot of strength. But Scorpio is also an energy of water. So it's very deep and it can be very loving and very nurturing, but sometimes just in an extreme way. So I'm feeling this like swirl of excitement everywhere, especially with this new moon in Scorpio. It's really kind of drawing me into that energy. And it has a very fifth house kind of energy in the sense that there's a real power that can come from this love. And I don't really know yet if this is something romantic that I'm feeling in the energy or if it's just a very powerful love. Because I'm also getting and I'm about to pull the cards too so we can see, but I'm really getting this strong energy of you being guided right now. So I think that this is an easy time perhaps for you to tap into your intuition with Scorpio being so prominent right now, just universally. Because I do think you're being guided. I feel like you have a friend or a person in your energy who's really protective of you and protecting you. But this could also be a spirit guide. I don't know if right now if it's necessarily a 3D friend or if it's a friend in the astral realm who's really, really guiding you and looking out for you right now. There's a lot of power though, a lot of nurturing, a lot of love is what I am getting. So let's do our what you don't see coming and see what we can find out with all this cool Scorpio energy. I want to pull an overall energy card. We get the Hermit. So I was just saying this is a really good time for you to tap in and really kind of listen to the nudges of your intuition and listen to your guides, because I am feeling that sense that there is a guide trying to come through here too. So the Hermit is a very good energy of that, of just you taking the time to sit back and think and really get enlightened. And there's all this light and what looks like stars around her. It feels like guides. It feels like guides in the astral realm are really trying to come through in this new moon Scorpio energy. So I think this is you right now. I think that you are the Hermit and you're just sort of waiting to hear what are my next steps. You've been probably hearing the call thus far. And you're probably wondering when am I going to know what the next step is, or what is the next step? So we're going to put the Hermit aside and I'm just going to okay, I'm going to stop shuffling. I'm done shuffling. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Two of Swords. So it does feel like, and this is a little bit like I was saying, well, you're in this hermit mode. If this is you right now, trying to listen to your call, trying to listen to your guides, trying to figure out your next steps, with the Seven of Pentacles here, it's giving me the impression that perhaps you are losing a little bit of patience, that you're tired of this. You're thinking, okay, I started this thing. And with the Pentacles, it does give a feeling like it could have to do with a work project, but I want to keep going because there's not enough cards on the table for me to really tap into that yet. But I'm also seeing the Nine of Pentacles here. So it does tell me that you're working with some sort of resources here, that you're trying to figure out what your next steps are going to be, but you're not hearing them. You're trying to rely on your intuition. You're trying to rely on your guides. You feel like you're doing the right things, but by not being impulsive about it, but you're also feeling as though you are losing your patience. And perhaps with this Nine of Pentacles here, you're feeling like the resources are never going to come in, or the money is never going to come in, or you're being challenged about how to get those things to come in, which makes a lot of sense because we started with the Hermit energy, which means you're really not doing anything right now. You're more just planning, thinking, getting enlightened. So that does make sense with the Hermit energy. Um, you feel very deeply. And this, again, with this King of Cups, this is more of that Scorpio energy really coming through. So I'm not surprised at all to see the King of Cups with all this Scorpio energy around us. But I do feel that you are just like this well right now. You're just like so receptive to any kinds of information that could come in. He's got this, what is that, a crown? He's got this crown over his head here. So it's like, I know that you're feeling this person is surrounded by enlightenment. The King of Cups is surrounded by enlightenment. So you feel this energy coming in, but I think you're just still not quite sure exactly what to do with it. And with the Emperor here, you know it's going to be big. You know that whatever it is that is coming through for you is going to be big. And I'm trying not to get ahead of myself here, but there are so many great cards coming up that just match this energy I'm feeling so much that it's very exciting. So I'm going to try to slow down and not get too far ahead. I don't want to miss anything. But you know with this Emperor here that whatever this information that's coming in for you, whatever these downloads you're about to get, whatever your guides are guiding you towards is going to be huge. And I think that you already know this because we have the Two of Swords with the Sun coming in here. And this is the position of your past. So I know that you had a huge sense of enlightenment already, which is what took you into the hermit mode, which you're currently in. You're feeling very open to the downloads, but with the Two of Swords being in the past, it's this feeling that you don't know what your next move is. And that's exactly what we are talking about, that in your past energy and in your current energy, you are just not clear about what your next move is supposed to be when it comes to whatever you're being urged and nudged to do in your life. So let's keep going. So then we have the Eight of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. So there's good news and bad news here in the sense that, and the good news is bigger and better than the bad news. It will override it, but I don't want to skip anything. So you have the Eight of Swords here. And this is telling me that you are definitely overthinking something because this is in the position of what you are thinking about. So it tells me that you're thinking about your overthinking. So there's a real need to get out of your comfort zone when it comes to your thoughts. So what I mean by that is there are some times in our life when all of us, we tend to get stuck in thoughts so we don't act. And the Eight of Swords is a call to act on something, that you've done enough thinking. Now the thinking has become your comfort zone. And although it seems counterintuitive because this person does not look like she's in her comfort zone, but she really is. In a psychological way, this is more comfortable for her than having to choose one of these ideas and move on it. Sitting and not doing anything has become the comfort zone. So think about how that applies to you and your life. Are you overthinking something? Are you aware? It looks like you are, that you're overthinking something. And what actions can you take? And I know that you may be thinking, but I don't know what those actions are. I've been waiting for them to come in, but I don't know what they are. The problem with that is you're moving into this energy of the Three of Swords. You're going from Hermit to the Three of Swords is your next future, your near future, energy is here. So this overthinking is bringing you to this, it's like a growing conflict, that you're creating your own conflict by not acting. And it's interesting because you see yourself as the Eight of Wands. You see yourself as taking action and going the distance on things. But your thoughts and your actions have to match up in order for this to work. So we'll keep going and see if we can figure out what we can do about that. But let's keep going. I see the Wheel of Fortune here with the Eight of Swords. And this is what I was saying, that the good news is going to override the bad news, because with the wheel, it means that it's very slow moving. The wheel is extremely slow to move, but it's also shifting the energy. It's like giving you an assist in the background. So you're going to start feeling nudges away from this overthinking energy. And that may be where I was feeling that your guides are really strong in this energy. There's a friend who wants to protect you, who is probably in the astral realm, and you're really kind of getting in touch with that guide right now, and that guide's really trying to connect with you. And Scorpio season in general is a great time to connect with the astral realm, even for those who don't already intuitively feel that they're connecting with the astral realm. Scorpio season is a great time for that, simply because the veil between the two worlds is the thinnest during Scorpio season. So this is a really great time for your guides who have been trying to connect with you to make that connection. So, but you are heading into this Three of Swords, but there's also a Three of Pentacles. So everything around you is expanding. The number 3 is about growth and expansion. So your near future is also not as bad as it looked with that Three of Swords, because this is telling me that you are going to take action in the future. And it might be this growing conflict that motivates you to take action. But you really do see yourself as all this Wands energy. You see yourself as the Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands. So in your mind, you're feeling like you're taking lots of action towards whatever you're being nudged to do, whatever this project is that you're working on. And it really is starting to feel like a project, because we've got all these pentacles here and these pentacles here. So if you're starting up a new business or starting up a new creative project, I think this is what this is referring to. But you're trying to do it the right way. You're trying to get guided advice from spirit, from the universe. You feel like you want to co-create in this sense. The threes are about co-creation, and we have 1, 2, 3 of them. So there's a lot of threes. Oh my goodness, there's a 3 staring me in the face right here. So we have all the threes. We don't have the Empress yet, but we might see her. But we're looking at all the threes. So this really is telling me that your intention is to co-create. There's no question about that, which may be why you're hesitant to make moves, because you're waiting to see what your partner, your co-creator, is going to want you to do. So it makes a lot of sense that you're waiting to hear the next move. But I think what this is saying is go ahead and make the next move, because you're half of the creation. So whatever you think the next move is, go ahead and take it, because that's going to move things forward. And it's also going to move through this energy where you can start getting your downloads faster as well. So let's keep going. So then we have the Knight of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. So the Knight of Pentacles, this is what you don't see coming, is this Knight of Pentacles. So there is a person in your energy, and again, this could be your guide. And I'm being drawn so heavily to say that I think that's what that is. I think this Knight of Pentacles is your guide. And I think what you don't see coming is your guide is going to start taking action towards what your next moves are. So exactly what you've been hoping, that something's going to show up in the 3D realm, because the pentacles are all about the 3D and the resources and the tangible things, money, resources, businesses, things of that nature. But the Knight of Pentacles is about taking action towards those things. So I think what you don't see coming is exactly what you've been hoping for, that your guides, that spirit, the universe is going to just show you what the next steps are. And I think that's exactly what this Knight of Pentacles is representing. It's showing you, it's like leaving this trail of pentacle breadcrumbs for you to follow, so you know what the next steps are, which is exactly what you've been hoping for with this Hermit energy. There's something here, I feel like if this is a spiritual business or a spiritual project, which it feels like it is, because there's so much co-creation, your guides are all over the place in this reading. I feel like this is something that with the Six of Cups here, that this is something that you used to do when you were a child. This is something that you hold very dear to your inner child, but also you have a lot of memories and nostalgia when it comes to whatever this project is. So if this is a particular art medium, perhaps that you used to love to do as a child, then that's what you're bringing back out. You're really co-creating now with not just the universe, but also with your inner child, is what this feels like. So if you used to sing in the mirror with a hairbrush, but now you're becoming a singer, it's like that kind of energy where it's like you have this fondness in your heart, your inner child's heart for whatever this project is. And that might be another reason why you don't want to mess it up, that you are overthinking it because you're thinking, this is my dream. It's always been my dream. So I don't want to corrupt it in any way. I want to keep it pure and I want to keep it the way it was when I was a kid. That's what I'm getting from that. Then we have the Five of Cups here. And so this is a very challenging time for you. That's very clear because we have the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So this is a time where the universe is really asking of you, because the fives are about being called to a challenge. And the Eight of Swords is a similar energy with the Five of Cups coming in here, because it's asking you to step out of your comfort zone. That, yeah, this is going to make you feel emotionally unbalanced, but you're the King of Cups and the Emperor. So even if the energy around you feels like it's unbalanced with this Five of Cups, the King of Cups can handle it. If anyone can handle a Five of Cups, it is the King of Cups. There's no one better in this whole deck to handle a Five of Cups than a King of Cups, and that is you. So yes, is it going to be challenging? Of course it's going to be challenging. This is your dream. This is what you've always wanted to do. You're co-creating with the universe. This is a big deal. And also you want to keep it pure and not corrupt with the Six of Cups. So yes, it's going to be a challenge, but can you rise to this challenge? Yes, you're the King of Cups and the Emperor. Yes, the answer is yes, you can rise to this challenge. So don't let this little Five of Cups scare you. Face it head on. Know that it's going to be challenging, but so what? You've got this. But let's keep going, because that's not even the end of the story. So and also the other thing I want to tell you is the Three of Cups for me is my spirit guide card. In most of my readings, especially if I'm dealing with guides, when I see the Three of Cups, these are my guides, or these are your guides. This is just the card I use to represent my spirit guides. It's an expansion of family. It's an expansion of love. It's an expansion of friends. There's stars up in the sky here. So to me, anyway, you get the point. So this is with the Knight of Pentacles coming in with the Three of Cups. That's confirming to me that this is your guide who's showing you the next steps. There is a guide for you. And I have a feeling you know who it is. You might not. I think it was someone that you were a friend to when they were here. So it was someone you knew here and they were a friend. I'm not getting a family member or a romantic partner. I'm getting a friend. But make it make sense for you. But strong friend energy coming in through your guides right now. So that's confirmation that your guides are what you don't see coming. The actions, more specifically, the actions of your guides are what you don't see coming. So then with the Six of Cups, we have the Ten of Cups, which is exactly what I was saying, that this is a thing that you loved so much as a child. This is a thing that you love so much now, and you do not want to corrupt any of those 10 cups. You want to keep it pure. You want to keep it just, you want it to jive with the highest vibration possible. And that's exactly why you're waiting for Spirit to tell you what the next steps are. I think it's because you slightly don't trust yourself with what the next steps are. But there's a strong message here with the Three of Pentacles and with the Knight of Pentacles that you do know what the next step is. So go ahead and do that, whatever you have already thought the next step was. But your guides are going to show you as well. So if you're worried that this is never going to happen, it's happening one way or the other. With the Wheel of Fortune, this feels like it's very fated for you too, that the shift is coming. And I think whether you take the next step or not, but you are being encouraged to take the next step. But your intentions are so pure here that couldn't be more clear. And when the universe knows how pure your intentions are, that's when the universe really steps in and starts turning the wheel for you in your favor. So then here's more good news. We have with the Five of Cups, we're getting the Six of Swords. So it's just as we said, you're not going to be in this Five of Cups energy for very long. So if you're feeling like this is never going to happen, again, you've got so many things on your side. You're the King of Cups, you're the Emperor, which we've already talked about, that you can handle this Five of Cups no problem. It's going to get you into this Six of Swords energy pretty quickly. And the Six of Swords energy is one where you have peace of mind, where you're calming your thoughts down, where you're being blessed by the universe with thoughts that make you feel more at peace. They're just, in general, more peace than the fives. The sixes always follow the fives because it's the rewards that you get for meeting the challenge of the fives. The fives and the sixes wouldn't exist without each other. So, and there's a lot of pairings like that in tarot, but we did get a 5 and a 6 together here, which is why I mentioned that. But you also had the Eight of Swords here. So this is not peace of mind. This is very unpeaceful. But the end result here is you have the Eight of Swords here in your thinking, your current thinking. Then you have the wheel shifting for you. And then it's shifting towards this energy where you're feeling more at peace. And this is more of a Scorpio energy where you're feeling more nurturing yourself, you're loving yourself more, and you're really just doing the things that you're being called to do. There is another message here. Maybe it's like a shadow message coming through about, and I don't think you really need it because I'm being drawn back to this 6 of Cups and 10 of Cups where I know you're doing this for all the right reasons. You have a real love for whatever this is that you're going after. So I think the only message that's coming through here, because we have Pentacles up here in your challenge position, is don't get caught up in the money, because just continue to co-create, listen to your next steps, listen to your guides, listen to the universe. Don't get caught up in what the payout will be, because the payout will come. But this is more about, we have Judgment at the bottom of the deck. This is more about you awakening to all of the help and the energy around you and your purpose in this world. This is all about you making a decision between the money and your purpose. But the funny thing about that is when you do choose your purpose, the money comes anyway. So if you choose your purpose, you ultimately get to choose both, your purpose and the money. So whatever this project is, it is going to bring in a lot of resources for you. We already understand that with the 3 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. We already can see that there are resources coming in for you, but don't let that be your primary focus. That's just a side message for someone. So let's look at your chakras, because that's what I do. And see if we can get a little bit of ideas about your chakra health. So we have solar plexus with critical, and we have sacral, that's the sacral chakra, with lazy. So it does look like your lower chakras may need a little bit of work. With critical, this is really kind of confirming what we were saying about your thoughts, that you may be stuck in these thoughts, that you might be too critical of yourself, that you might be saying, I can't do this. You might be limiting your thoughts, and that's coming from your solar plexus. So that is about your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and that may be what's tying you up, is you feel like this lack of self-esteem. So we can work on that. I will, if you're interested in a free Reiki healing for your solar plexus, I'm going to just link one in the description and the comments. It's yours. So if you want it, click on it. And we'll talk about that more later, if you're still here at the end. And then with the sacral, sorry, a frog just jumped up in my throat. With the sacral chakra here with lazy, I don't necessarily think this is meant to be taken literally, where you are lazy. What I'm getting from that is take your next steps. Like, don't stop moving. Take the next steps with this Three of Pentacles. Just do something, anything in the direction of this project, in the direction of this business, in the direction of your purpose, in the direction of your gifts. Whatever it is you're being called to do, make sure you're just taking the next steps, because, and what you don't see coming is you are going to get help, but take the next steps anyway. I would like to draw a couple of playing cards. I'm using the Big Picture Oracle system to read these cards, but these give me a little bit more information sometimes too. So we have the Two of Hearts, which is the Lion, and then we have the Ace of Spades, which is the Woman. So this is a very, very courageous woman. So this could be two things, but I'm getting one stronger than the other. You yourself could be the courageous woman, that you are taking on all of this as the Hermit, as the Emperor, as the King of Cups, knowing that this is your purpose. But it takes courage, because there's an Eight of Swords and there's a Five of Cups. And facing all those fears and challenges and difficulties and obstacles takes a lot of courage, right? But what I'm getting more strongly, and again, make this make sense for your situation, but your guide that's with you in the astral realm, who I believe was a friend to you while she or he was here, that could be a courageous woman. So if you have lost a friend who was in your 3D world, who was a very courageous woman, and you were already intuiting that she's around you, this is 100% your confirmation that she's around you, because she just showed up here too. And again, that could be you. So make that make sense. All right, to finish off this reading, I want to grab a couple of tea leaf cards just to get some final ideas on what the energy is all around you. But this has been a really great reading. This is telling me you are certainly on the right path. Your intentions are pure. I think it's just the way you look at yourself that we can work on here, your solar plexus especially. So we have Apple, which says temptation will test you. This feels like that shadow energy I was picking up on just a minute ago about don't let the money, in this case, this apple hanging from the tree that looks so tempting, don't let the money distract you. So for example, if your art project blows up, if your business blows up, if you become a very talented, spiritually gifted healer, whatever it is, and people want to start offering you big money to do it, just don't sell out. Make sure you keep your intentions pure, and that this, you might be tested, because if you have to ask yourself, is this still what my inner child would want? With the Six of Cups and the 10 of Cups, is that still what my inner child wants? Or is this just because I want to get rich fast? So make sure you're always kind of paying attention to those types of things. Make sure you're always staying on your North Node and being guided the way that you're looking to be guided right now in this Hermit energy. You can always go back into your Hermit energy and try to get those answers. And then we have marriage. So this is, I don't think this is about a marriage with another person in the 3D. I think this is a marriage of you and your guides. You and your guides coming together in union to co-create. That is what this marriage is. You're co-creating whatever this project is, whatever your life's purpose is. You are on the right track. And so your guides are always going to help you when you're on the right track. They'll help you when you're not on the right track, but they will especially help you when you are on the right track. So that's the reading. So let me know if that was resonant, if that was your reading. I would love to hear all about it. I would love to hear about your friend. I would love to hear about your project. So please let me know. But I do want to talk about your solar plexus chakra for a second, and about being too critical on yourself. So I am going to just look in the description in the comments. There's going to be a link there for a video that it's yours. Just click on it if you want a healing for your solar plexus. If you feel like that's you, if you're the one who's being very overly critical of yourself, or maybe you're just stuck overthinking things. But also in the Raise Your Vibe in 5 book, I can find a page for the solar plexus. Let's see here. Oh, this is perfect. So this page, I found a page for the solar plexus chakra. And the exercise for the day says, find a place to be alone. Enjoy being alone. Well, that's perfect because this is really calling you to be alone and to be in your hermit energy. And that will help you with your solar plexus a lot too. It's just learning to be in your own power. The more you learn to be alone, the more you learn to trust your own thoughts. There's no outside thoughts. There's no outside external circumstances or people or opinions or advice. And the more you're alone, as I said, you just really learn to trust yourself. And when you trust yourself and you trust your own thoughts, that is when the self-esteem comes. And this right here is a person who is not trusting their own thoughts. So that would be my advice for you today. If you feel like this was your reading and if you feel like you're kind of stuck in your own thoughts and you don't trust yourself and trust your next moves, that's my advice, is either or both. You can listen to the video I've left for you for the solar plexus healing, or just go be alone and listen to your thoughts and trust them because you're right. So that was the reading. So please let me know if this was resonant and we will do this again sometime. Thanks everybody. Bye.